Thank you, Albert. I think the first and the most important place to start is in terms of the structure, the organizational architecture of the strategy that will give birth to financial inclusion in this country. We at the central bank, who initiated this financial inclusion push, have made sure that we have involved all the different stakeholders. There is a committee, and there's going to be a financial inclusion secretariat in the central bank. So we've brought in, we have Ministry of Finance represented in the whole stakeholder group. We have pensions, don't also forget that we have the Financial Sector Regulatory Consultative Committee, the FSRCC, which has all the different regulators of the financial system and the Ministry of Finance. The second most important leg of what we're going to do is financial literacy campaigns. I spoke this morning at the stock exchange, at an event organized by the Nigerian Stock Exchange on financial literacy for students, secondary, tertiary, and so on. Financial literacy is the beginning of financial inclusion, because people need to know what the financial system is, what opportunities it offers them, and how they can create their wealth, by participating in the financial system. So we're very keen on rolling out our financial literacy platform, both in the context of financial inclusion and also in the context of consumer protection. And I believe the Honorable John Sonyeri, the chairman of the Banking Committee, talked about bank charges. I don't want to dwell too much on that here, but I can tell you one thing, that the central bank feels a very strong sense of responsibility to reduce excessive banking charges in this country. And that right now, there is a review of the guide to bank charges, which is what guides the contracts that banks have with their customers. We're reviewing that guide, and I think early in the new year, you'll be hearing some new frameworks for bank charges that will significantly reduce excessive charges that customers pay to the banks. And we know that this is one of the things that, shall we say, scares people away from the banking system. So, and also in that context, but people need to understand what their rights are. You know, I can tell you also that over the past year or two, the central bank has recovered over 6 billion naira in excessive and wrong charges to Nigerian bank consumers. And we've returned this money to people, or we've made banks return that money to people. So we're taking the question of consumer protection seriously. And so financial literacy is extremely important.